The first question that why should Osama bin Laden be linked with Islam? Islam is different, Osama bin Laden is different. And what are my views regarding Osama bin Laden? Brother, as far as Osama bin Laden is concerned, I personally have not met him. I don't know him personally. And this question was asked to me in Australia when I was there a few months back in Perth, that do you consider Osama bin Laden as a terrorist? So I gave the same reply that I personally don't know Osama bin Laden. I don't know him. I haven't met him. If you are going to ask and say that based on the news that I get from the media, whether it be BBC, CNN, etc., then if I agree with that news, I have no option but to label him as a terrorist. But the glorious Quran says in Surah Hujurat, chapter number 49, verse number 6, it says that whenever you get information about something, check it up before you pass on to the second person or the third person. As far as Osama bin Laden is concerned, I don't know him personally, I haven't met him. I cannot base my answer just on the news reports, unless the news reports are verified. But one thing I can say for sure, that he was always called as the prime suspect on CNN. Prime suspect, till today, prime suspect. Prime suspect number one. No proofs. Proofs, according to a normal human being with a little bit logic, the proofs given, there were no proofs at all. What were the proofs? I am not here in favor of Osama bin Laden. He's not my friend. I don't know him. I am neither saying he's good, I am neither saying he's bad. But just to say on the prime suspect and just on suspicion to attack a country which is one of the least equipped country in the world. Quran says in Surah Hujurat, chapter number 14, verse number 12, avoid suspicion. For in many cases, suspicion is a sin. It says that. And this question was posed to me by the Vice Consul General of USA in Perth, that do I consider Osama bin Laden a terrorist, and who is the real terrorist? And the reply of mine came as headlines on the newspaper in Perth, which I feel I'm thinking twice whether should I repeat that answer here or not. The reason is because I don't want to offend any of our guests that has come. He says that with proof, who should be the terrorist? And I told that Vice Consul General of US that as far as whatever knowledge I have, based on the reports of CNN and BBC, I cannot say that he is a terrorist at all. I am neither saying he's good, neither I am saying he's bad. Otherwise tomorrow you'll have the police doing inquiry on me that another accomplice of Al-Qaeda. And we have there in Bombay a person caught up as accomplice of Al-Qaeda. So neither I'm in his favor, neither I'm against him. I don't know. So based on that, you cannot just attack unless you have proof, unless you have solid proof. Yes, the proof that we have is the country which is the most advanced in the world. The country which is the most advanced in the world, I'm sorry, I'm referring to the USA, attacking a country which is the least equipped, just on hypothesis. Imagine if you go to the USA, if you go on the internet, the USA American citizens themselves, they have 100 other hypotheses for who is the person who was responsible for 11 September. Do you know that? You go in the internet, you find Americans, I'm not quoting non-American sources, American journalists, American historians, they have given that this thing could not have been done by bin Laden. A person, imagine how could he get so equipped? The CIA, which has a budget of billions of dollars, the FBI has a budget, it's not possible. I'm not saying what they're saying is wrong, or whether what they're saying is right, I don't know. I'm just giving you information which you may not be aware, because I'm a person who keep on traveling a lot. I'm a person who surfs also on the internet and get the information. Some of the people even said, again, I'm not saying what they're saying is right, but some of the people said that George Bush himself did it. Now, do you mean to say just based on this assumption, if I say that he is the main culprit, hand him over to me, otherwise I'll bombard America, you'll call me a lunatic? If I tell that George Bush is the person who did the World Trade Center, give him to him, otherwise bombard your country, you will call me a lunatic. Based on that, what we know, we surely know that on CNN and BBC, war on terror, war on terror, war on terror, and I gave an indication that it is the few political people for their own political gains. that you find that they divert the issue. And there have been reasons given by Americans why it was done, for oil, for this, for X, Y, Z reason. Anyway, I'm not saying what they're saying is right or wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just giving information. But what we can say, that imagine using full army against a country which is one of the least equipped. Surely it came on the headlines. I'm sorry to hurt anyone's feeling. I said, for definitely what we have proved, that if someone attacks an innocent country, even if suppose hypothetically Osama bin Laden did it, hypothetically, I agree with it. How can you attack a country? How can you kill tens of thousands of people for one man? How can you do it? It is nothing but terrorism. And I said that according to me, if you base on the reports, what was said by CNN and BBC, if you agree that George Bush waged a war against a country least equipped, I say according to me, number one terrorist, it came as the headlines of number one terrorist according to me was George Bush. The question posed, and I apologize again, I don't want to hurt the feelings of any person. Please don't misunderstand me. They asked my opinion. It was the Vice Consul General of USA, of Perth. He asked me this question, the first question. Brother, you should realize that we can't blame anyone unless we have proof. In Islam it says that if anyone gives a false verdict, and if he's caught in cross-examination, that is proved wrong, he gets lashes in Islam. And in Islam it says whenever you get information, you check it up before you pass it on to the third person. And this is one of the major cause for disruption of the universal brotherhood. We'll discuss it tomorrow, hopefully. One of the basic cause of disruption is giving false propaganda. And if you analyze that now, latest, a couple of days back, number one terrorist has become Saddam Hussein. You require someone in the media to bell the cat, You require someone at least to let the issue running. There will always be someone or the other coming. So we have to realize it is mainly a few selected people who for their own personal gains, they want to be and see to divert the attention mainly. What I personally don't know Osama bin Laden, but if anyone who condemns him, I said, if you condemn him, you should have solid proof. Not just hypothesis that I found a passport in the World Trade Center. So the article that came, that next time you should make the dress of the US police with that passport material so nothing will happen. Imagine the passport didn't burn. The crash took place and the Celsius out there was more than 1,000 Celsius, the amount of heat that was generated, and they find a passport in it. So here we have to realize that we as Muslims, anyone lays the allegation against anyone, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, before we agree with it, we have to have proof. If we don't have proof and if I agree with it, I'll be held responsible on the day of judgment.